What happens when you have a piece of land with 12,000 people who are not allowed to vote, and there are 6,500 people who do vote? Eventually, the 12,000 people say, there's more of us than there are of you, and we now get the right to vote. So what will likely happen in these circumstances is that, I'm sorry, your laws are only meaningful so long as they can be enforced. Your borders are only meaningful so long as they can be enforced. 12,000 people show up, by all means, your laws still exist for you, not for them. They don't know your laws and they don't care. And if they want to set up barricades and take territory, they'll just do it. People need to understand that when it comes to law, it's just what's in your brain, right? If you go if you're like from West Virginia, you go to Ohio, law's different. You might just think you didn't even know it was illegal. Let's say Pennsylvania. You're allowed to carry a gun in Pennsylvania, not in New Jersey. You didn't know that. Well, you went somewhere else. The laws were different. Mm. So what this is that woman who went to New Jersey and had a gun and didn't know it was illegal and got arrested. She did not know the law of this other place. Now, what happens if 10,000 people cross into New Jersey? Is that one cop going to be able to stop anybody? Your law only applies to you who know it and follow it. And I mean, to add on top of this, most people don't even know when new laws get passed anyway, especially when they ban guns, because it's like, how are you supposed to follow all that stuff? They expect you to.
That'd be a good app.
But my point here is this. If 12,000 people come into Lampedusa, do you think these 12,000 people know what the laws are? Do you think they care?
Some of them are probably evil too. Some probably will just try to take what's theirs or take what they want, or you're going to deal with a lot of hostility there if 12,000 people that don't have much are in a place that has a lot of resources.
Well, doesn't the EU already subsidize the residences to house immigrants? So, I mean, we already know the first thing that they're going to do. They're going to start making these locals house these people in their homes.
Yep.
The expectation is that
they're going to be like, you got to put four. Each house has to, we have double the people in our country now. So you got to put 4 people in each house.
Well, and if you read all the mainstream media articles that came out about it today, they all say, but what about the Tunisia deal? And this was the idea that the UN president, von Ledersen, I can never say her name, but she and the Prime Minister of Italy were working out a deal with Tunisia because Tunisia is the biggest gateway for all of this. I mean, this is where smugglers headquarters, people who are displaced within Africa know to go to Tunisia and then potentially get into Italy there. And they were going to offer them, Tunisia's economy is in shambles, and they were saying, we'll give you a lot of money to stop these boats from coming over. But we know, I mean, we talked about this, that ultimately means that Tunisia is like, well, when we need more money, we'll just let the migration go back up. The deal hasn't been brokered. It's getting stalled in Brussels. But ultimately, this is a terrible system. It's similar to having malware in your casino thing where you can say, give me money. Okay, I fixed the problem. Just kidding. It's not, I want money again. Like, this system is broken and we know it. And the best that they can do is to say, please, we'll give you money to stop the boats.
Well, it didn't work for New York, right?
No.
He was saying, bring all the immigrants in, and then now we're gonna subsidize you to house them. Mm-hmm. And now he's saying, I don't see an end to this.
He said New York is a sanctuary city, and then started busing migrants to suburbs of New York and upstate New York. He said this is everyone else's problem. 110,000 migrants have come through New York in the last year, and at any given time, the New York City is carrying between 50 and 60,000 migrants. So they've got to be somewhere.
And now they're kicking out veterans out of hotels to put the migrants in.
And New York's already just in disrepair. There's the videos of the rats running around.
That's awful.
Where the sidewalks crumbling and you can see like the subway.
Casey Neistat posted this crazy video, and I'm like, how did he get this video? He sees the sidewalk is crumpled, and he pushes into it, and it just falls straight down, and he sticks his camera into the underground like piping and everything, and he was like, the sidewalks are scary in New York. It's like, well, it's only gonna get worse, brother.
Dude, thinking about this intense this migration 1,000 years ago, if you have 20,000 people arrive on your island of 6,000 people, you fight, you pull out your weapons and defend your island so they don't.
It would be war.
Yes, of course.
It would be an act of war.
But the Italians are told to do that is to be racist.
The difference now is we have telephones, we have internet. We know that they're not there to kill. That's not, I mean, obviously they didn't come, they would have been doing it if that was the...
That's not the
it doesn't seem like it, but we need to understand the history of what happens when you let rapid migration encroach on people's territory. If we don't accept and acknowledge what has happened in the past, it is very likely that it will happen again in the future. But we can prevent it if we start working on it now.
Yep. What's happening right now is this is the challenge. Nobody wants anybody to die. So you have these people on boats, and the question is, what do you do? Turn the boat. I think you turn the boats back around. That's it. It's simple. You say, you go back. Whatever. We can't handle this. But there's the challenge now of They will beach these boats. We can't stop all of them. I mean, it's Italy, so I shouldn't say we, but the people there can't stop all of them. What do you do? We don't want anybody getting hurt. The problem is you've had these videos, especially on the southern border of Mexico, where they're smashing through the barriers and fighting with the border guards. And so the argument is because they don't have guns, a violent incursion into sovereign territory by another group of people is like, just let it happen. That's insane to me.